Episode 26 is in your podcast app. We're the Bama Geeks. How you doing? I'm Brock.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, Brock.
Well,
Hi.
Howdy.
I would say it's been forever since I've seen you, Jess, but all I did was just sit down and you're over there.
Hi.
And you've seen the three of us there. But look at this guy right here. Look at this guy. Look at that guy. He's here.
He's back from the dead. Oh my gosh.
How you doing, buddy?
I am doing fantastic. I am doing a lot better than I was when you guys did the first episode recording, the video episode. I was not doing well then. So I am glad to be here, though.
No, we're glad to finally have you on the video version, man.
Welcome.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So quick round table. Say hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Take my wife, please.
Hey, everybody.
Actually, don't take my wife.
Hi, my name's Kevin. I'm a Taurus, and I'm finally here.
Oh, Kevin, I'm a Taurus too.
Hey, same here.
That's why we get along so well, Jess.
You're just a bunch of bull. That's all you are.
That's right, man.
I'm the lonely Leo.
Oh, that's right. We did talk about that. We did. You're right.
So yeah, it's episode 26, and that's it's really an extra special episode for us because we've been doing this for a year now.
Wow.
This year,
Time
this
flies
weekend,
when you're having so much fun.
Yeah, this weekend will be our first anniversary as a podcast.
Yay, we made it 1 year.
And we really appreciate everybody who's been hanging in here with us this entire year. It means the world to us. We have so much fun I would say every other week, but we are getting together a little bit more frequently. And we'll talk about that. We'll plug that at the end of the podcast. But this is one of my absolute favorite times every couple of weeks when we can get together and sit down and just be the geeky goofballs that we love to be.
That's right.
Yeah.
So how are we going to celebrate 1 year?
I'm going to be entirely honest with you. I forgot that it was the 1 year. Otherwise, I would probably have alcohol here. But, celebrate.
Hey, whatever floats your boat, man. I've got my sweet tea with Splenda.
And speaking of that, okay, Brock, you've got. I don't know if we've discussed this before, but I have to make a confession. Okay, I have to make a confession. I drink tea as well.
Yes,
but I'm a Southerner and I drink unsweet tea.
Hey, my dad is a Southerner from Alabama. Drinks unsweet tea. We've got a buddy of ours, Mike Mosteller. He drinks unsweet tea. It's okay.
I know it's okay, but I'm just saying some people in the South get triggered. You gotta have your diabetes with your tea.
Well, that's why we drink. Yeah. That's why we drink Splenda.
Yeah,
because we don't want to trigger that.
Yeah. At some point in life, even as we get a little older, we have to think more of our health than just we got to be more conscious of that. Because
if that's the case, Jess, I want to push it one more level further. Then I think unsweet tea tastes better than sweet tea.
Okay. That's a Southern hot take, but okay.
Send any hate mail to Brock. I don't want to.
Send it to BamaGeeks@gmail.com, and you might hear back from us off that one.
and we'll filter you out. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
I treat the unsweet tea sort of like the people that drink the coffee black. Hey, you do it. More power to you. No way I could.
I'm going to give you.
That's fair.
I'm going to give you the best response that I have learned, especially in the world we're living in today. I disagree with you, but that is your opinion, and I respect that.
Nice.
All right.
Man,
or that's the as per my last email response.
Yeah.
Bless your heart.
I typed. Oh yeah, bless your heart.
Bless your heart.
I typed that quite a bit at work. As per my last email. Friendly reminder.
Oh man. Well, I tell you what we're going to do to celebrate our 1 year anniversary. we've got a guest tonight. Ooh.
Yes.
We're going to bring him on in just a minute. We're actually starting to have guests on the podcast. My goodness.
We are growing and evolving, and guests are lining up guests. There's being a lot of different things coming to pass here in this next year.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what happens when we go video. Brock wants to bring other people on here because, I mean, it's like we're not enough for him. He needs to have other people.
My heart hurts. Thank you.
Are we eventually going to go like Carson and have the grandma that makes fruitcakes on around Christmas time?
Oh,
no, I'm not going to have anything to do with a fruitcake on this. No.
Well, if we can get us enough guests on here, we can have the Brady Bunch.
Ooh.
With the whole grid layout.
They're the Hollywood Squares.
As I say, I keep dropping the center square.
Yeah, we can have up to 10 people on here.
Oh, who's going to be the Paul Lynn of our group?
No, Michael Nix.
Yep.
The center square, Paul Lynn.
Mike Nix loves Paul Lynn, so he would definitely be him. Of course, his voice would be deeper, and he would be probably a little bit more rambunctious.
Yeah, but he
if you can imagine that.
Good,
yeah.
He does a really good impression of him, though.
Oh, he does. That's right.
And then you got Charles Nelson Riley on the match game. So
if
you get Paul Lynn and Charles Nelson Riley together on a game show, now that would have been spectacular.
But Jess, I know that you don't listen to Weird Al as far as his original stuff a whole lot. But did you know he has a song about Charles Nelson Riley?
Oh, so
no,
wonderful.
I didn't.
It's called CNR.
It's called what?
CNR.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
After recording that, you show her the video. She's got to see the song and the video.
I will.
I know some of Weird Al's original stuff. I mean, there's some stuff I'm not as privy to or haven't heard, but I'm learning. I'm expanding my Weird Al knowledge.
So. Well, it won't be expanded enough in time for the concert in August because I'm still going with Kevin, right? Right?
Yes.
That's right. We're doing it, buddy.
Yeah, it's y'all have a date night for Weird Al.
Oh, me. Well, let's not wait any longer. We got a gentleman that's going to be joining us, and his name is Matt, and there he is.
Hey.
Hi.
Welcome in.
Welcome in.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, it's our pleasure, man. This is Matt. He goes by Moandain Designs on YouTube. Matter of fact, check this out. There's his channel right there. Which that banner tells you everything you need to know about his interests.
Yes.
I mean, he's clearly a PC gamer.
Yeah,
clearly.
Anything under the sun.
You know what? I'm going to move you up here to the center so you can be front and center for everybody.
Hey.
Look at that. If you're on the audio feed, I'm sorry you're not getting to see the magic.
You don't get to see the shine.
Well, everybody who's been listening to us for the past year, you guys know us. Let me put this pen down. I was writing something.
He's taking notes.
I'm a note taker. In fact, I'm still taking notes. There you go. So Matt, tell us all about yourself.
Well, I am a second generation nerd. My dad is actually a wargaming nerd. And let's see, he was one of the first dungeon masters in Alabama because he won at a tournament. He won a copy of the original Dungeons and Dragons before it was even for sale in the pantyhose box.
Oh, okay.
Also known as the brown box with the white label that they had stuck to it. I wish I still had it. I don't. But he was a war gamer and he won a tournament and that was one of the prizes. So, fast forward a couple of years and whatnot, I come around, he's still into gaming. I start getting into gaming because I was around it all the time and I got to play all kinds of pen and paper role-playing games like RuneQuest, Dungeons and Dragons 3rd edition, Champions, which is for a superhero one, GURPS, which is kind of like a universal system. I mean, all of these things you can look up, and it was a blast. It was, I was like, 8 years old playing a superhero in a tabletop role-playing game. So all of that went through, and then I started discovering video games and technology and all of this other stuff, and that's where it just kind of grew out from there. It was like, oh, I can do this online, or I can do this, and not have to wait on like a Sunday night or something to get together and play these games. And that's where all of the video game stuff came in, and then that expanded to computers, which I love my computers. I've built them. I've worked for various computer companies. I was a subcontractor for Dell for a little while. Also, Jess, love your shirt because I am an ex-Blockbuster Video employee.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Nice.
Look, I didn't even know that about you. So, hey, look at there.
So, I mean, I was into movies as well. Like with, I'm definitely a Ghostbusters fan. Not nearly as much as Bo or the rest of you, which is why I gave Bo that copy of that game, which was the Ghostbusters role-playing game.
Yes.
And it's just I decided one day that I was going to create a YouTube channel because one of my friends who lives in the same neighborhood as me, he had a YouTube channel, and he kind of had a little fun with it and then stopped doing it. And I decided I was going to do the same thing because I went back and watched all of his stuff. So I took a different approach to it, where it's like, let's take the fear out of all of this. I don't want anyone looking at something like the Sega Saturn and thinking, oh my gosh, I know nothing about this, and it's so intimidating to try to get into it. No, let's remove all the fear. Here's how you can have a lot of fun. It might be a little on the expensive side, just depending on what market you're in or what you're searching for, which, Bo, you can attest to this.
Yes.
This retro stuff's expensive.
Yeah, it's... I call the retro gaming, like our generation's the classic cars, like the generation before us, everyone was about classic cars. So therefore the price of everything went up. Well, I think that's what gaming's doing right now.
Yeah. But I mean, that's where the channel came from, was like, I wanted to give everyone the knowledge that I basically grew up with, because one of my other jobs was I worked at a used video game store as well during college, and go figure. And then there might be a lot of people out there that might not recognize my face, but they'll probably recognize my voice because it's somehow distinct. I don't know why. But I used to work for Paul, which most people don't know who that is, and those people who do know who that is, it's Legion, which is the comic book store that's behind the Summit off of 280.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I ran the anime store for him for a while.
Oh, okay.
We were over there not too long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still kicking around, despite Lion and Unicorn and Battlefield.
Lion and Unicorn. Oh, that
the Little General, the Model Box, and all these other hobby stores that tried to take him out. I mean, even at one point in time, Homewood Hobby tried to take him out.
Yeah.
Because they were dealing with like war games and Dungeons and Dragons and everything else too.
Okay.
And now they've kind of moved away from all of that, and they just stick with like high-end toys and high-end RC cars and RC planes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, the way that you said that, it sounds like it's like there are like mafias of different cabals of
the
people
different
here.
factions. Yeah.
You find like a toy horse head in somebody's bed. It's like, I'm going to take you out.
Actually, since all these are local Birmingham, you might find a Vulcan head instead.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
There was a lot of different hobby stores that ran all throughout Birmingham. My dad was actually the first employee for Lion and Unicorn back when they were in that two-story that little two-story story that was in 5 Points South. And that's when Alan Hammock ran it. And Alan Hammock is he's the original owner of Lion and Unicorn. And he also worked for TSR. So he wrote a couple of adventures and stuff like that for them as well. And he was the first employee for Lion and Unicorn. Of course, that was back when I went into that store back when The Next Generation was still on the air. And I think it was still during their first season. Because I remember distinctly Alan had one of the, was it Playmates toys?
Back around 87, 88, that would have been Galoob. That was before Playmates got the...
But it was the original phaser, the short one. Not the one with the long handle. I've got one of those. But it was a little short toy one, and they phased that out really fast. As they apparently it did not go over well with the cast or something like that. I don't know why they changed that.
I don't know. I know Galoob did come out with a version of that, and then Playmates introduced it in their toy line.
90s?
Yeah, sometime in the early 90s. Because I've still got mine naturally in storage. But yeah.
But yeah, that's just me, a nerd, second generation, worked at various places, that just kept doing nerdy things. And then I found you guys, and I was, really happy to see so many people coming together, in the Birmingham metro area that, I knew or I thought that I knew, which was kind of a funny story of how I met Bo, which there was a kid with Bo's last name that I played baseball with when I was younger, and he was really nice to me, and I thought Bo was the same person. And so like I was on Twitch talking to him and stuff, and it was completely mistaken identity. But it was a happy accident. Well, no, it was a happy accident because it was like, no, I like this guy. This is great. And that's where it went from there.
I tell you though, I have had this. It's not even the last name though. I've ran into people. Either I have one of those faces that I look like somebody knows from somewhere else.
Yes.
Like I never forget. I went on a cruise about 15 years ago with my family. Some guy from Illinois was like, "Hey, are you such and such?" And of course, as I opened my mouth and the Southern just slavered out of my mouth, they were completely mistaken. So
whoa.
So. Yeah.
Never forget Tipsy Elsa at Dragon Con. That's all I gotta say.
Definitely go back to our Dragon Con recap episode, and Elsa thought that Bo was her husband. It's like, nah.
Like I said, it's a gift or a curse, ever depends. Hey,
well, I was curious how and not to be self-serving to the podcast at all, but I was curious how I'm always curious how people find us.
Through Bo.
Okay.
Thanks,
Definitely.
Bo.
So you just happened to find him on Twitch, or
yeah, I found him on Twitch, and it was just kind of like I thought he was someone that he wasn't, and then we just kind of hit it off and went from there.
Okay.
That's usually how things go with Bo. Pretty much everybody.
It's that shared experience. Like I say, we and him got to talking about, like I said, we were talking about Lion and Unicorn, and I was like, oh man, finally somebody who else knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, y'all just took me back with that one too. Yeah, Lion and Unicorn.
I never visited one at 5 Points. The one I always went to was the one in the Hoover at the Hoover Commons, right there.
That's Lee and Kayvon.
And, that was the one I remember. That was the only one I ever got to. Of course, I wasn't. Gosh, they closed. What was it? They closed down in what? Their mid 90s.
Well, they closed that specific location, and they started shutting down a bunch of them.
Yeah.
They had like a Center Point store. They had.
But I mean,
they were everywhere.
I keep hoping. I'm always searching for old local commercials. I've yet to see one for Lion and Unicorn. I'm hoping to see one eventually, but I remember the commercials. I think they ran on
Murray
TTO.
still has those. Like, I think he owns them still.
Oh man, if he decided to want you, like I said, retro commercials.
Buzz like,
huge.
hit me
yes,
up.
Yes, please.
Send them to me.
Now, was it your last episode? You mentioned Diamond Gems, and
Oh,
nice!
Oh, look at
wow!
that. Oh, look at that arcade
Showing off
token
the
right
Oh,
there.
yeah.
the Diamond Gems.
That's a
token.
great flex. I like that.
Oh my gosh, I love Diamond Gems. I went there with my dad all the time.
Yeah.
He played the 2-screen stacked Punch Out game all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And,
I miss those. I miss arcades like that.
Oh my gosh, I remember like at one point in time they had like an NES like starter kit that was up there for like 10,000 tickets or something like that. And I was just like, there's no way I'm never going to get anything.
when we think, you talk about you work at gaming real quick. You said you worked at Blockbuster. Did you deal with the era of Blockbuster when they were renting out game consoles like
Yes.
the NES? I've always wondered how fun was that.
Well, it was usually when the console first came out. I think a lot of the video game companies actually gave Blockbuster a huge discount.
Mm-hmm.
And because they counted it towards their advertisement budget.
Bo disappeared.
And
Oh, come here.
oh no.
Yep, there he is. Oh, nope.
Well,
Sorry, technical difficulties. Don't know what's going on. Let me check, make sure everything got unplugged.
But you know, I was there when we were phasing out like the what was it? The Virtual Boy.
Oh my God!
I know, the little red-headed machine, right? And
That takes
Nintendo
me
wanted
back.
them back. That was the thing, is Nintendo
Yeah.
wanted them back. So we sent them back the machines and stuff, and we kept the cases, the rental cases, and now those, of all things, the rental cases, they're like over $100 now.
Wow.
It's not even an official Nintendo product, but everyone wants one because it's like the perfect thing to store your Virtual Boy in when you're not using it.
Man.
But no, I was there for like quite a bit of it. I remember them phasing out all of the PlayStation games, and they were trying to hit hard on the Nintendo 64 and stuff like that. And then what was it? The PlayStation 2 came out, and I remember hearing from my store manager that someone who wasn't too bright went down to Alabaster and rented all 10 of the PlayStation 2s. All 10 of them.
Okay.
Right? He got caught for this, but he took some fuel and a road flare and stuck it in the drop box of the Blockbuster the next night and burned it to the ground, thinking that he was going to keep all 10 of those systems, never knowing that, how computers work and that, you can, upload records to off-site locations or anything like that.
Even then they had a network.
Yeah.
So
the stores would actually dial each other, and there were backups locally,
Wow.
all around and stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
And so this guy got caught.
Yeah, he got caught. He got caught real quick. And Blockbuster did not. Excuse me. I thought I'd turned that off. Blockbuster had to go through and try to recover all of their property because,
oh my gosh,
getting a hold of a PlayStation 2 on launch day was rough, especially since FedEx lost an entire shipping pallet in the Birmingham area.
Okay.
So basically it was like the current generation of PlayStation trying to get one of those. I got you. Okay.
Yeah, they were going for about $2,000.
Wow.
Which was ridiculous. Still to this day, it's amazing to me how our current video game systems, I look at buying my wife a Blu-ray player. And it's like I can spend $150 for a Blu-ray player, Or I can go onto eBay and pick up a PlayStation 3 for $70.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about this?
Yeah.
Same thing with 4K Blu-ray players. You know, you might get lucky and find an Xbox One X for $200.
Mm-hmm.
You know, used. That's a lot cheaper than most of, you know, at least $50 cheaper than like the cheapest 4K Blu-ray player that you're going to get your hands on. And you get to play video games on top of everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, welcome back.
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Either my USB port died or just my camera decided to be like, hey, I don't want to see you anymore.
Where's your microphone?
Oh, sorry. Muted.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hey, there we go. I didn't want to be, me back here unhooking. Like I said, I was saying, I think my USB port either died or just my camera decided to be in the mood. So I didn't want to be me underneath the table.
Your mic still sounds different.
Yeah.
No telling. Let me see. I'm sure everything's gonna.
It sounds like you're picking up with another mic.
I'm picking up. Hold on.
Yeah.
All right. So both
mic.
here is don't play video games while you're doing the podcast. Okay.
I see what was up there.
Oh man.
Yeah. Says Kevin, who's
Naughty.
playing Civilization at some points during our podcast.
I'm not doing it now.
No, not now.
Civ
You guys can
5?
see me now.
Civ 5? You should
No,
really
Civ
check
6.
out. Oh, okay. You should really check out an older game series called Master of Orion.
I've played it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you have.
Yeah, I'm a Civ is my thing. I had like 2,000 hours in Civ 5, and then I'm up to like 1,200 in Civ 6 now. So,
Well,
which you've been streaming lately.
Yes, I have been
Right.
streaming it last week. So yeah.
Cool. So for anybody interested in seeing these guys play games, later on in the description of the video and of the podcast, we're going to have links to Moandain's channel, and we'll have links to Bo and Kevin's Twitch streams as well, so you guys can enjoy them.
Yeah, I haven't been streaming much as lately. We've had a lot going on. I got to get back to it. I think that's the biggest thing. But yeah,
you're doing it more often than I am.
I know. I was like once or twice a week. Now I'm doing good to do once every month or so. But it's just life.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, for a while there, Brock was like heavy on doing Fallout 76 there, wasn't
yeah,
Yeah, and then I uninstalled it. I needed storage space for some other games. And so I'm like, you know what? I've had enough time in Fallout. But if you really want something exciting, I can stream me writing my master's papers right now.
hey,
No,
Watch out now. That's
Man.
I'm working on my master's in journalism.
Wow. That is yikes. That is rough.
It's a lot of writing, and
Yeah.
for my day job, I'm a writer, and yeah,
Oh man.
yeah, it's
All
exciting.
the viewers they're zeroing in on you, Brock. You're providing more info.
Yeah, they're zeroing in. No, it's actually right now with this conversation, it's actually 0 viewers.
Oh,
There we go.
We'll get off the master's paper subject then.